Hello, good morning, good evening to all you beautiful people from across the globe. How have you been? We all clamor for our personal freedom and liberty and want to exercise it as much as we can. But are we really free? Can I, for instance, swing my arms so much and use my fist to knock off another person's nose? Not at all. That is where the saying, "Your liberty to swing your fist ends just where my nose begins," comes in. What does this mean? It only means that each one needs to use caution and restraint while exercising our personal freedom and liberty. It may be your arms, and you may argue that you are going to use it as much as you want, for it is your freedom. But freedom is not being free to do anything you want. All aspects of other lives also creep in, and we must respect and make room for others to live within their free limits. Illustrating this is a nice story. Once upon a time, there was a man who had a big garden. He had planted many fruit trees and cared for them till they bore fruits. Now, he wanted to pick up the fruits and sell them to make money for his family. One fine day, while picking fruits with his son, the man saw a stranger sitting on the branch of a tree and picking the fruits. This man became angry and shouted, "Hey you! What are you doing on my tree? Aren't you ashamed of stealing fruits in the daytime?" The stranger on the branch just looked at the gardener but didn't reply, and continued picking the fruits. The gardener was very angry and shouted again, "For a whole year I have taken care of these trees. You have no right to take the fruits without my permission, so come down at once." The stranger on the tree answered, "Why should I come down? This is the garden of God, and I am the servant of God, so I have the right to pick these fruits, and you should not interfere between the work of God and his servant." The gardener was very surprised at this answer and thought of a plan. He called his son and said, "Go bring a rope and get this man down from the tree." His son brought the rope, and the gardener ordered him to tie the stranger to the tree. The gardener then took a stick and started to beat the stranger. The stranger began to scream, "Why are you beating me? You have no right to do this." The gardener paid no attention and continued beating him. The stranger screamed, "Don't you fear God? You are beating an innocent man." The gardener answered, "Why should I fear? This wood in my hand belongs to God, and I am too the servant of God, so I have nothing to fear. And you shouldn't interfere with the work of God and his servant." The stranger hesitated and then spoke, "Wait, don't beat me. I'm sorry for taking the fruits. This is your garden, and I should seek your permission before taking the fruits. So please forgive me and set me free." The gardener smiled and said, "Since you have now realized your mistake, I will forgive you. But remember that God has given all his servants brains, so every person's deeds are in his own hands." Then the gardener untied him and let him go free. The story ends there, but did you get the point? Freedom and liberty are words which have their own pragmatic limitations. On that note, this is Geeta signing off from IAMMARRIAMHERE.com, hoping that you remember always the principle of the limitation of individual liberty. Your liberty ends where my nose begins. Take care, bye-bye, and a big God bless.